What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. Not everything is for everybody, and that is why I'm here today to give you a list of reasons why Microlocs or Sisterlocks may not be for you. So stick around. The saying that all things that glitter are not gold is so true, and just because something might be great for one person doesn't necessarily mean that it is great for you as well. So the first thing on my list of why Sisterlocks or Microlocs may not be for you is if you constantly like to change up your look and your style. Now, some may argue, oh, but I've seen tons of YouTubers on here saying that you can change up your style with Sisterlocks or with Microlocs. They're extremely versatile. I completely agree with that. They are versatile. But I'm talking to the people that maybe one day they want to have their loose natural hair, curly, fro, kinky hair, whatever it may be. And then the next day you may want to silk press your hair. And then after a week of it being silk pressed, then you want to have some other loose natural style and then go back to a press style or something like that. So for the people who are constantly wanting to change their hair and their look up, I would say that Sisterlocks and Microlocs are not for you in that sense. Now, there is a caveat to this one. If you are okay with rocking wigs, and you are fine with the wigs being the way to change up your style and have a lot of versatility, that you can have locks one day and then have straight hair the next day and then have a fro the next day and then have loose, wavy, natural curls the next day, and you have a wig game or you want to start a wig collection, then that's one way that you can get about it. Because with Microlocs and Sisterlocks, you can definitely put wigs on top of that if you choose to. But if you're just wanting to literally switch up your hair and have the hair that's coming out of your head do different things in the sense of, like I said, straight, curly, all of that, Microlocs or Sisterlocks may not be the right choice for you. The second reason on the list for why Microlocs and Sisterlocks may not be for you is if you are looking for something that is going to be a quick and easy and cheap startup and a quick, easy, simple maintenance. And what I mean by that is that, especially with Sisterlocks to install are a grip. They cost a lot of money. And Microlocs, depending on who you go to, who installs them, can also be an entire grip and can put a serious damage on your pocketbook, your wallet, whatever. So unless you are DIYing them, or you have a friend or a cousin that's gonna hook you up and give you a really, really low discount, Microlocs and Sisterlocks are definitely a financial investment that you're going to have to make. And if you're the type of person that wants them this month, but then a month later you want to take them out or switch it up and don't want them anymore, then that's a lot of money to be invested in something that you're not going to have for a very substantial amount of time or for a lifetime. And the maintenance, although cheaper than the initial install, is still very costly. It depends on your loctician or whoever's doing your hair. But again, unless you are doing it yourself or have someone that's giving you a serious 5-finger discount, then you're going to be paying a pretty penny to get it done. Whether it's every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, it costs a lot of money. On the lower end, you may be able to get a retie for $120. I've heard some reties going for a couple $100s or a few $100s for a session, depending on the length of your hair, how long it's going to take to retie. So if you are wanting a cheap hairstyle that starts out cheap and that is cheap to maintain month to month, then you might not be in the running for Sisterlocks or Microlocs. The third reason on the list for why Sisterlocks or Microlocs may not be for you is if you are looking for a style that is no maintenance. Now, although locks, and especially when you get into the Microloc, Sisterlock realm, we can say that they are low maintenance in the sense that you're not having to do your hair and style your hair on a daily basis. Most days you're able to just wake up, maybe you mist it with some water or aloe vera juice or whatever, maybe you put oil on it or whatever, and then you go. Yes, that is true. But when it comes time to maintenance day, that is something that, again, costs money, it takes a long time, and that means you're going to be either sitting in someone's chair or you're going to be doing it yourself. So if you're looking for a hairstyle that is no maintenance, that is not a possibility. Just like with loose natural hair, there are things that take time and take effort and take elbow grease and power. Your locks also take time, take effort, and take elbow grease and power. Again, wash days, simple. Day-to-day maintenance and routines, quick and easy and simple. But when it does come to that every 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks or however long you go in between maintenance sessions, that is a chunk of time that you are going to have to dedicate to either doing your hair yourself or having someone do it for you. And in that sense, you can't really classify it as a no maintenance hairstyle. The number 4 on the list reason for why Sisterlocks or Microlocs may not be for you is if you are looking for a super quick maintenance method. When it comes to our hair type and our hair textures, there are very far and few maintenance methods that are quick and easy, but locks, especially Microlocs and Sisterlocks, is no exception, and it's kind of piggybacking off of the ones that we've already said. But maintenance, whether you do a 2-point rotation, 3-point rotation, or a 4-point rotation, or even if you're crocheting, it's not a quick and simple thing that's going to take you 5 or 10 minutes and then you're done. Now you might want to do it in increments of 5 or 10 minutes and 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. But to do your entire head, to interlock your entire head, or to crochet your entire head for maintenance, or to retwist your entire head for maintenance is going to take several hours, depending on how many locks you have, how long your hair is. All of that plays a factor into how long it takes. And so if you're thinking that the maintenance for this hairstyle is going to be even an hour long or hour and a half, you are sadly mistaken, and Sisterlocks or Microlocs are probably not in your best interest. And the 5th and most important one on my list of why Sisterlocks or Microlocs may not be for you is if you have a serious issue or problem with looking like a 10 every single day. I know you're like, wait, what? That didn't sound right. That sounded like that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. When I'm coming up with my list, I'm like, oh, well, some people may not want to look like a 10. Maybe you want to look like a 5. Maybe you want to look like a 3. But if we're being honest, when you got Microlocs or Sisterlocks, you literally wake up every day, and even if you're in need of a retie, your hair is going to look on point. So I'm sorry, but if you're wanting to look busted and dusted a couple of days out of the year, Sisterlocks and Microlocs may not be for you, because it's going to be really hard to achieve that look. I hope you found this information valuable. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so that you can join the flock. And while you are here, make sure to stick around and check out some other videos that are also going to be extremely helpful to you. I'll see you there.